What's up, my friends? So we are live. So wanted to share something. So I just had a call a little bit earlier with one of my coaches, and we weave in and out. I'm gonna go out to my little sanctuary out here. So we weave in and out of these conversations about life and business. Weave in and out what's working, what's not working, good, bad, useful, non-useful, just over and over and over again. Okay. And we started talking about my house flipping business today. You know, you guys know I do a lot of stuff with real estate, mobile home parks, RV parks, land development, subdivision development, land development, whatever. Got a construction company, so I have a lot of stuff going on in business. My house flipping business has stagnated the last 2 years. It hasn't grown. And I have some patterns like that in my life and my business where I'll go through times of like expansion, growth, and stagnation, sometimes even regression. Not gonna lie, I've done that multiple times. However, here's the difference is now when he asked me like, how do you feel about that? Like that one aspect, right? So if we've got a pie of like our life and our business, I've got a lot of pieces to our pie of life. House flipping business, I told him, I'm really happy with it, man. Like I actually don't want it to grow. Some are like, what? What do you mean you don't want it to grow? I don't want it to grow. One of my old coaches, we used to talk about this idea of being small but mighty. He used to push that on me a lot when I was wanting to grow. But he used to challenge me on it, like, am I wanting to grow for the sake of growth? Like for ego, just money? Because there's other ways to grow rather than just in volume. So where I'm at now, and this isn't really a business conversation, but where I'm at, it is, but it's not. Like in terms of like a house flipping business, you know, this is what I teach my students all the time, especially when I was like doing a ton of like real estate coaching. Is like, there's nothing wrong with building out a house flipping business where you do 10 to 15, 20 deals a year, but cherry pick the best deals, streamline your processes, minimize expenses. And let's say you just do 10 deals, but you're making 20 to 25,000 net profit, like a net, and you're going to hit some 50,000, 80, $100,000 home run deals. So if that average is like in the $25,000 range, like you could make 250 grand pretty easy having a small business and a good life that provides you time to do other things. And we talked about that where I've got in the trap of chasing expansion for the wrong reasons. So you can grow in other areas. It doesn't mean you have to grow that business or that part of your business, right? And that's what I started learning years ago was like, I'm okay like with that flipping business staying around that range because I don't have to hire more people, which I don't want to do for that business. We've gotten really good at, like, say, for example, our marketing, keeping that expense down. Like we've gotten highly efficient with our SEO. So we've been doing that for like 10 plus years. So our cost per buy is crazy low. Virtual assistants, like I've had these assistants and for many, many years, they run and know like most of the ins and outs and the day-to-day stuff. So that is working for me. Now I want to grow in some other areas. So start looking at like, where do you need to grow? And it may not be your business. May not be right there, okay? Because we talked about like this pie of life and business. You look at all the pieces. The problem is so many guys, what they do, my post this morning talked about like, the problem is you have like 80 or 90% of your pie is all real estate and all business. That's not a way to play the game, my friend. That's not living that way isn't going to lead to a legacy or a life that you're proud of when you leave this world. So for me, I am looking to grow in business, just in some other areas. So when he talked about that part of my business, I'm like, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I think we're gonna stay in that sweet spot right there. Maybe things will change next year, next month. I like to chase rabbits sometimes. I like to chase real estate rabbits and other rabbits in life, and that's why I'm very adverse to just taking on opportunities like business opportunities just to make more money. I'm very guarded now, as where I wasn't as wise before about the cost associated, right, with opportunities. Because every time you say yes to an opportunity, you're also there. Everything's binary, right? Every time you say yes to something, you're also saying no to something. Whether you've identified or acknowledged you're saying no to something, you're saying no to something. And for me, like, I'm not gonna say no anymore like I did in the past, like to my wife, the time that we get together, like say for example for getaways, weekly date nights, all that kind of stuff. My kids, heavily involved with them and their sports, like heavily involved, heavily involved. One son trying to be a pro boxer. Once, he's only in middle school, but he's definitely gonna play college basketball, and so he's in basketball 5 days a week. My youngest son plays basketball. He hates sports, but we have him in it. And then I have two daughters, so there's always stuff. Me time, I like to exercise. This is my sanctuary. I like to exercise a lot. I like to exercise a useful amount, not too much. I don't overdo it. And I just like to have time and space to sit, think, ponder, pray, read, journal, talk to God, think about stuff. So those are the areas I'm looking to grow. So here's the thing, my friends, like wherever you're at, like in business, you don't need to play the compare game like you need to compare yourself to Joe Blow that's doing whatever, 50 or 100 deals a year. Maybe you do. I don't know what's in your heart, but maybe you don't. So just be sure before you go down that path that that's the path for you. Some guys, I have some friends and like that's their path. That's their path. They need to do that. Like you've got, not like I'm friends with like Jeff Bezos or anything, but that's Jeff Bezos' path, all right? That's Elon's path. So it is a path for some guys, but for me, like I tried to pursue that path, but it wasn't my true nature. And what I've realized, like in the world of business, like the businesses that I'm associated with, like I'm really good at being small, but being mighty. What do I mean by that? Being efficient, honoring my word, keeping my commitments, like my track record, my name, all that's really important to me. And when I've scaled, like sometimes like I feel like that can be lost easier. Like your name, your reputation as you grow, it's a little harder to control. Not even control, but just kind of, more money, more problems. More growth, there's more problems. And I'm okay with problems. I deal with a lot of problems. I'm just trying to choose them, pick them more wisely. So, in summary, do you, my friend. Just do you. Don't compare. If you're meant to grow big, grow big. But if you feel in your heart like you want to stay small, but just stay small and mighty. And by the way, that is my expertise after doing this 18 years. So if you need some help on that flipping side of things and building out like the fundamentals of your real estate or flipping business, like hit me up. That's what I'm here for. Hope y'all got something from this. If you do, like it, subscribe it, comment, all that kind of stuff. If you're in a place though where you're in a place of pain, financial pain, like your business isn't working, or you're struggling, like your life's not working and you need some help, like that's ultimately what I'm here for. And you don't have to hit like or subscribe or any of that stuff. You can feel free to private message me, reach out, go to my website or one of my websites, shoot me a message. Be glad to see if I can help and connect you with some resources that can help you get back on track. You guys take care.